Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikal. I'm a self-taught film photographer, normally based in New York City, but I'm currently in the Bay Area hanging out with my family for the holidays. And I just want to make a quick end of year video, unscripted. I've experimented and learned so much this year. So I just wanted to give a quick recap of just kind of my end of year thoughts and my intentions for the new year. I moved into my own place for the first time in 4 years. I went to photography workshops across the city. I traveled to so many new places for the first time. It's just been a really monumental year in terms of my creative growth, but it has really stemmed from my personal growth. 2024, I really entered this year wanting to feel good. I wanted to work towards sustainable satisfaction, creating work of substance, creating work that leaves the legacy that I want to leave, creating work like my HABESHA photo project, which is starting, I think, conversations of consequence in my community. I entered this year really just open. I had no idea that I was going to be going to Japan. I had no idea that I was going to be part of a photography mentorship program that now has my work on display in Houston. These are all things that happened because I was open to different opportunities. Something that I want to communicate in this video is that things aren't real until you take action. For instance, with my photography, I have always felt like I am going to create great work. And I think that I have created great work. I'm really proud of my photos from Japan, but there's so many more works that I want to create. Even taking pictures of my grandma this week and having my aunt tell me, "Wow, Mikal, you're a real photographer." It kind of hit me because in my head, I was like, what do you mean I'm a real photographer? Like, I've always been a real photographer. But it's because this year I took action, and I think my family saw that I am actually investing in this, that I am developing my skill sets. Learning how to ask for help. Oh my God, that's been a huge one for me. Learning how to ask for help. I moved to Swaziland by myself. I moved to New York during the pandemic by myself. I have done so much of life by myself, and you don't always have to do things by yourself. I think it's one thing to know or to understand that vulnerability is a superpower, and it's another thing to practice it. And I've been practicing it in my relationships. I've been practicing it online as I share and I make these videos, and I'm so excited for my videos to improve. Oh my gosh, I think back to when I first started posting on my photography Instagram and how much better I think my photography Instagram looks. And I'm excited to see that journey with my YouTube videos, because as I make these videos and I post them, I am low-key cringing. But like, this is real. This is where I'm at in my journey. This is how I feel in this moment. Whenever I create, I feel like I isolate myself a lot. And I think in terms of my future projects, I want them to start conversations. And in order to start conversations, I need to be talking. I need to be presenting my ideas. I've been super nervous to post about my project, and I was really nervous to get a lot of negative responses. And of course, I've gotten some, but I've been really encouraged by the dialogue that's been created through the conversations I've been starting on TikTok and Reddit. And more than that, the encouragement and the warmth that I have received from my community. It's so deeply appreciated that people are not just watching, but they're also engaging with the work. So as I leave 2024, I have built a lot of habits. I have overcome my fear of sharing. And as I have been experimenting and trying to navigate different paths in New York, I feel like 2024 is when I feel like I'm finally on the path that's right for me. I finally feel like, wow, like I found myself again. 2024 has taught me that it is okay to slow down. It is okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to ask for help. Prioritizing relaxation, joy, relationships. These things are not easy, but they are so essential for mental wellness. Looking forward to 2025, I have tried to not make being HABESHA or being Eritrean my entire online persona, but you guys are going to hear me talk a lot about Eritrea and about the HABESHA identity, because I need to have my project exhibited. I want 2025 to be the year that my work is in an exhibit. I want events around this project. There's so much engagement online. My content across TikTok and Reddit has over 100,000 views, over 1,000 comments. People are really interested in engaging, and I want this engagement to translate to real life, to events where people can see each other, can engage with one another. There's so much engagement that's happening online. That's awesome to see. I love the dialogue that I'm seeing. I love that people are being so warm and respectful. But I think there's a certain level of vulnerability and intercultural exchange that can only happen when you connect with people in real life. So I'm really excited to focus on that in 2025. You're going to see a huge focus on that project. I'm going to be sharing my process. On top of that, I'm excited to travel more. I have one international trip booked for January, and it is to the continent. So I am excited to share more about that. I don't really share about where I go until I'm there, so y'all will hear about that in January. More than that, I'm just excited to share my journey. I'm a creative that has a 9 to 5. I'm not going to front like I have all of this extra time to invest in content creation. It's something that I want to do consistently, but I also want to show kind of the realistic version of what it means to be a working creative in New York and also pursuing my creative passions. It means late nights on the weekdays. It means staying in on the weekends. It means waking up early on the weekends. So showing more of that. Yeah, I have some things on the horizon for y'all. Nothing that I can really announce yet, but stay tuned. And as I engage people more on TikTok, I'll also be drawing on those FAQs for future videos. In terms of my content creation, I will likely make a couple of hair videos just because people tend to ask me about my hair in real life. But I think that my content will really be focused on cultural critique. That's what I'm focusing on in my photo project. So really talking about African identity. And I think it's a really special time to be talking about this. Obviously, African culture is really just gaining global prominence. We have African pop stars dominating the charts. So I'm really excited to delve more into these topics, to start more conversations, and to answer any questions that y'all have for me. I think that I get questions sporadically on social media, and so I'm hoping to channel them more on YouTube so that I can give more thoughtful responses and again share more of my journey. I moved to New York in 2020 without a job, without really any knowledge of photography, and now I can say that I'm a self-taught film photographer. I have been in 3 exhibits, one of them in Houston, 2 of them in New York. And I also have transitioned from nonprofit to corporate. So I've been navigating just so many different changes throughout my 20s. And I definitely see myself investing more and more in my photography as the years go on. It just has happened really organically, which is really cool to see. Over the years, I've built just fantastic relationships with different studios, with different collectives, and those institutions have in turn invested in me, and I am forever grateful, and I'm just so excited to highlight those relationships more in the new year. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to continue engaging on YouTube and to build this audience, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, have a blessed start to 2025, and I will see you in the new year.